Nottingham Mortgage Services. Here to help you with your first home, second home and your forever home.
So what's your favourite room in the house, Oliver?
The playroom.
Why is it the playroom?
Because I get to play computer games.
And what do you think Mummy's favourite room in the house is?
The kitchen.
Why is that?
Because you get to cook all the food.
No, I think Mummy's favourite room in the house is the living room, because we have a nice big windows and the light comes in the afternoon.
To find out more, visit thenottingham.com/mortgages.
Warm welcome to our latest DVD offering in association with Virgin Active. This is League and Cup action featuring the G&B Nottingham Panthers and the Coventry Blaze. Our match sponsor is Hedgehog Beer. Slight problem on the ice. There's leaf-shaped confetti dropping off the rafters. I guess it's something to do with War of the Worlds last night. This is the War of the Midlands. The referee in charge of it is Tom Darnell. We've got Kavanagh and Liptrot on the lines, looking after the action from behind the camera lens as ever, Steve Wilkinson. This is Gary Moran in the colour commentator's chair, but taking you through the play-by-play on this one, it's Mr. Owen Bradley.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you for the build-up.
That's the best intro you've had for a long time, isn't it?
It is, you're not wrong.
If not ever.
Probably ever. Probably ever. We're in a way, Nottingham winning the opening draw, and Anthony Stewart working onto the boards. Of course, if there's one thing you associate with a war between Earth and Mars, it is confetti.
I'm guessing it was some sort of, trees falling down or something.
Bit of a broken play to get it into the zone, but Clark has it and then mishandles and skips back towards centre ice, but keeps possession of the puck. And it's been a while since it was you and I, Gary, in the commentary booth.
Yeah, well, our paths haven't always crossed in recent weeks, Good pass to get Geordie in, but he lost control of it there.
Fox breaking in. Stewart is able to pick it up. 40 seconds since the opening draw, and this line's still out there. Now Clark behind the net, drops it off for Fox to chase onto. Throws it in front towards Stewart. Half an attempt. And the Blaze able to bring it out with Greg Lieb all the way forward. Shot from distance, flashes over the shoulder. He'll chase in as well.
Clark, he just gave Geodude a nice little cross-check as he was going to the bench, and Geodude swung his stick at him but missed by a mile. I don't think he was trying to get him back, just in case.
Panthers working away, lose it at their own blue line. Gallivan skips back quickly and gets on it. Weaver then turns it away from trouble, and Nottingham will break it out. Deflected pass from Lakovic, chased down by Matthew Myers, ties his man up into the boards and as well, and will be able to pick up the puck as well, Matthew. Has it in the corner, keeps it away from one player, gets it back to Werner. He will throw it towards the net, wide of the net deliberately, skips around. Lepin will come across, and Nottingham will have possession back with Matthew Myers. Nice backhand. Gets it across centre ice. Now Werner breaking through into the line. Throws it towards the net off the bad angle. Then flashes back behind the boards. Matthew Myers on the boards this time. Now Gallivan, number 8 to number 9. Gallivan into a bit of trouble. Flips it around for, towards Lakovic. 7-8-9. What a nice line combination that is.
It's just to make it easy for you.
Well,
it's like our banners are made by Blueprint. Their phone number is 98761111. Just in case you need a banner.
I'll take any help I can get, Gary. You know that.
You got the big build-up at the start. I was in the mood for it because last night I introduced Phil Rostons and the Ben Marshall Band.
Yes, I've heard
the
an
Nottingham
awful
Panthers.
lot. I think David Clark's little solo is the personal high point of the video.
You should have heard his first 5 attempts at that. I'll tell you after this play.
There's Ling, drops it behind the net. Might bounce down in front of the cage. Benedict is able to scamper towards it. Benedict, Francis and Ling, the line out there for the Panthers at the moment. Lee at the point, skips around the defenseman, still has it. Down low to Benedict, throws it toward the crease, flashes all the way through. Ling is making a nuisance of himself down low once more. Here he's in the corner, throws it up towards Lee, gets to him as well, puts it through traffic, saved by Hirsch. And he holds on and makes his first real save of the night.
We've had 2 good shifts, one from Fox on his first outing. He did a great job down deep in the enemy territory and he hammered it at the blue paint just to try and get momentum on the puck so that it could ricochet any which way. Luckily for Coventry, it went a different way. And then we just had a lovely move from Benedict to win the puck in the corner with Ejina and set up that last attack.
Fox takes the draw, wins the draw as well. Here's Bruce Graham, backhands it into the corner toward Fox, who is there. He will work it further around towards Clark. Panthers mixing personnel upon these lines early on. Clark misses it. Beckett will step across and wins the puck back. Will come for Fox. Nice hands, gets it across towards Graham. Battles it free. And drops it around for Clark to continue to press. All Nottingham in the first 3 minutes. Here's Weaver, down at the line. Gets it to Fox, shoots off the short angle, then gets another one on, saved by Hirsch both times. Coventry clear it into the corner, not out just yet. They'll feather it down, and Graham, in fact, takes it out of the zone as he tried to keep possession. And Coventry now do get time to regroup and go for the line change. Very quickly, though, forced to dump the puck into the corner, where it will go for icing.
I thought Coventry came out that very first shift and just about had the edge on the hitting, but Panthers have remembered that's the game plan tonight, and they've got stuck in. Much longer team talk from Corey Nielsen. Last week here against Cardiff, he'd done all his talking in the pre-game meeting earlier in the day and training through the week, and I said to him, that was a short team talk. He said, yeah, I asked the boys if they were ready. They said they were. I said, well, let's go and win it. And that was the duration. Today was a much longer meeting. He just wanted to get the minds focused and remind them what's at stake. Coventry think if they win tonight, they go joint with us in like joint second place. We'll still have games in hand. If we win tonight, we definitely go top, joint top.
Lakovic chases down and puts the hit on, exactly what Gary was saying. Then Gallivan takes the big one, loses the helmet as well. Nottingham do keep it in with Matthew Myers. He'll feather it across to Lakovic, tried to beat his man, and then feathers one towards goal as well, over the top. And a hit on from Matthew Myers. It's going to be one of those types of games. Ling controls, keeps Nottingham on side, but they'll give the puck up. As Gallivan's helmet's still lying at the feet of the linesman on this near side.
Well, he picked it up at about the 5th attempt that he could have got it.
I'm going to say, finally decides to retrieve it. Guillepin chases a man down, gives him a gentle push that he uses to go to the ground, and in the meantime Nottingham won the puck back and have it back in their own zone. Francis skips over it, Ling needs to get the feet moving to win the puck, doesn't. Guthrie tries to get around his man, Werner did enough, and then he gets the shot on, flashes wide. Finally a bit of pressure from the Blaze and the Nottingham end. Control behind the net, trying to find their way out is Matt Bileski, the NHLer for the Blaze. Werner picks it up for Nottingham. Nice play off the boards. Two Blaze players go into each other behind the net, and Benedict will get the feet moving and go the other way. Chased back down by Bileski, and Benedict will chase his man all the way down and finish a big hit. The crowd appreciative of that.
Both sides are hitting. Both sides are getting stuck in. They both know how important this one is.
Dave Ling already is agitating best as well as Clark gets his stick up high. That will be a penalty. Completely accidental by David Clark, just tried to dance around his man, and as he did, the stick got caught in the body, up into the face of Matt Bileski it was. David Clark will go to the box.
Well, we had to be very, very good on penalty kill in Belfast last Friday night. Thoroughly deserved a win, but actually more than deserved it in regulation. They got lucky with the six-gate deploy. Yeah, it was only a one-goal game, but it was a six-gate deploy that only worked at the last gasp. And then as he skated past the Belfast bench after scoring the third of 3 scoring penalty shots, David Ling stuck his tongue out and screamed at every one of them, "Not bad!" So it's now the new catchphrase, but I hope it's not a bad penalty kill right now.
Anthony Stewart is out there for Nottingham as part of the PK unit, and he'll track this one round to the corner as well. Steve Lee's the man chasing. It's worked into the corner. 2 men go to the play behind the net. Stewart not entirely aware where the puck bounced out to, but he'll have it now, and Stewart might be away down the centre. Pushes it in front a bit too far. Hirsch has to
delay of the game penalty.
And fires it straight out of play, and that will be a delay of penalty against Hirsch. And that will negate the penalty to David Clark.
And that was a penalty out of pure panic, wasn't it? He came up that far out, he needed a sat-nav to find his way back. He thought, what am I going to do with it now? And he just did it anywhere. And anywhere was straight over the glass. Good night, Vienna, end of the power play. But David did pick up a 2+2, looking at the scoreboard. So for 2 minutes, we'll go 4-on-4, and then it'll be another 142. But it gets rid of 2 minutes of it.
Blaze win the draw. Ling is already at his agitating best, as I was saying tonight. He's already giving plenty of little chirps and...
Tell me about it. He's been sending me texts all afternoon.
And here he is, centre ice. Just drops it into the path of Guillepin. He will try to drop it back for Graham. The two big men on the Nottingham team. Guillepin chases all the way around the net. Will force it free for Ling. He'll go out of the zone and just skate it back again over that Panthers logo at centre ice. Nottingham content to control the puck. Werner now picks up the pace, breaks in along the right wing. Knocked away from him, he'll turn it into the corner. Ling is there, picks it up. Drops it now towards Graham, who's found some space side of the net, couldn't quite control it in the skates.
That's the worst place for Bruce Graham, isn't it, when you're that big? All the advantages of the reach and what have you in other situations, but in the feet is the worst place for it.
Well, he comes across now and wins it, Bruce Graham. Interesting to see him fourth in the Panthers scoring charts as David Ling brings it around the right wing, tries to take it behind the net, muscled off it, and that will be a penalty against the Blaze.
Oh, Ling had bought that one.
And that will negate the penalty.
There was nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong at all. And Linger was tired, he was on the end of a long shift, and he did good. That's why I let him off text messages like, nobody likes you. He keeps sending me this text, nobody likes you. Then he slew-foots people in the bar last night as we were launching the video. He slew-footed me. He did.
He knows that you're his boss, doesn't he? He's experienced enough to know that, surely.
He's getting to work it out, because I do send replies to some of his texts.
Well, it's 4-on-3, but it's Domish bringing it away for the Blaze. Bit of a waste as he fires it into the body. And Panthers with the extra man, for the moment at least. And they come down the left-hand side. Drop back to Ling, who's recovered completely. Here is Ling.
You just want his set-up skills, don't you?
Stewart behind the net. Benedict out there as well. It's Stewart trying to make room. Weaver is there. Weaver with the shot, flashes wide. Will come around to Ling. Nottingham still have time to set things up. Weaver to Benedict. Back to Weaver. Ling is there for the one-timer. Shot blocked, I think, by the defenseman who will skate away forward. It's Domish. Tight angle if he wants to beat Kowalski from there. Good defensive work from Jonathan Weaver.
Super job by Weaver against his former team.
Panthers break it out. Here's Ling again. Oh, drops it off for a man that wasn't arriving.
Dropped it off for the ref, didn't he?
But Eric Werner did really well to get to that one before the Blaze player jumping out of the box.
Just watching a big leaf come down off the girders. I think it's going to land on that bloke's head. No, it's missed him.
Here's Francis. Francis shoots off the angle, saved by Hirsch right up on the shoulder, and then there's a bit of a push as well as Francis just followed his shot in. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, it's Ben Olsen throwing his weight around. I guess he had a quick look round and realised 28 wasn't on the ice. He only does it when 28 isn't there. Didn't want to know in Coventry a couple of weeks ago, but there again, they won the game. They got stuck in first, we retaliated, we took the penalties. Ref fell for it, we fell for it. Got to learn from that.
Coventry win the draw. They still have, well, they have 4 back now. And we'll have actually a bit of power play time at the end of all this. Here's Fox in the corner for Nottingham, wins it, tries to throw it around behind the net, jumps out in front of Hirsch. He doesn't need to play that one. Luckily for the Blaze, who will bring the puck away down the left-hand side. Cross-ice dump that Fox will get there first for Nottingham, just misses it, will skip away nicely. Nice turn from the Blaze, get it to the high slot, shot deflected by Fox.
Cowley's wearing 18 instead of 17 as it's been listed. Owen, he always used to wear 17, didn't he? But he's gone to 18. Maybe he's just a year older.
Coventry back to full strength then. Panthers with 30 seconds of penalty, and Matthew Myers is away down the middle though. Myers waits and shoots and scores. Outweighted Hirsch. Fantastic little bit of play. Watch that one back. He waits for the netminder to make his move and then fires low past him. Panthers have the lead. It'll be short-handed as well. Great start for Nottingham.
Super goal. Great pass to get the handcuffs off him, and then he picked his spot in the bottom corner. Poor goalkeeping by Hirsch. He's got more experience than that, but Matthew picked his spot, and that spot was where we wanted it to be, right in the back of the net. So that's 8:33 gone. Matthew Myers with the opening goal, and that could be a big goal for the GMB Nottingham Panthers in a game for cup and league points, remember, and we're sponsored by Hedgehog Beer. You've heard of them. There are match beer sponsors, they are man of the match sponsors, but tonight they are the game sponsors as well, and Hedgehog Beer will be available all around the Nottingham area in the new year.
The Blaze get a shot on the power play. And it's an 8th of the season for number 8. As Nottingham clear it out and just look to kill the final few minutes of this, final few seconds rather, this power play.
Last time we did work together, you mentioned it's been a while. I think we were talking about the likes of Werner showing signs of how good they could be.
Shot into the side, netting from Bileski. Panthers still with work to do. And now they will collect it with Ling. And Clark will come out of the box and they will get away with killing the penalties. Ling holds onto the puck as long as he possibly can and fires it up to Clark and up to Fox, who gets into the zone and has Clark with him, trying to set him up for the quick shot. Shot from Clark. Ooh. Deflected up over the top.
You know, on Clarkie's line at the moment, he tends to get in deeper and what have you, and he's not in that trademark top of the circle position to take the one-timer passes and what have you. He was in just the right place there, and he really pulled the trigger. But I was saying about, we talked about the Gallivans and the Grahams, and we talked about Werner, and said, look, the signs are there, it's going to click, and boy, has it clicked for Eric Werner. We thought he could be a real stud in this league, as the coaches say. That's why Doug Christensen was desperate to sign him. That's why we were pleased that we got him, and everyone's seen the fruits of that hard negotiation. And we'll have another new face in the lineup soon, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Here's Clark coming down the centre, drops it off for Stewart. We saw a bit of a nice player to win the puck back for Nottingham from Jonathan Weaver, who's really come good, well, since he came back from his injury, essentially. Fox held up on the board. Stewart will just observe the situation and gets the feet in now as well to try and win it. 4 big bodies down there. Stewart's going to come out with it. Steve Lee comes down to the corner to help out as well. Works around for Clark. Drop low for Fox. Good cycling from this line. Works back to Fox again. Wants to try and get the shot away instead. Drops it for Lee. Moved a lot of times. Had a few deflections before it got to the cage. Flashed wide. Great play from this line as the Blaze player drops to the ice and we get a whistle.
4. That's a whistle for... I'm looking around. I don't think there's anyone in this building knows what that's for. Why should we be penalised there? Mystery. Rewind the tape, see who done it. Oh, here we go.
We're going to go.
Olsen's decided he has got some.
From opposite ends of the rink. Olsen against Lepin. Crowder on their feet. Squaring off. Panthers with the 1-0 lead. The Blaze looking for a spark. Olsen stepped up. Both men wait. Olsen does his hair. Now they connect. Lepin with the bombs. Olsen gets one back. Lepin still throwing as he goes down. Now Olsen gets a few in with Lepin wrapped around his midriff. Lepin holds on. Olsen just letting him go into the side. Lepin still holding on, and in the end has the strength to put him on the floor. And Olsen still wants to go as the linesman step back in. I think we may well see part 2 of that later.
There'll be another round to that one. Oh, especially as he's showboating to the crowd. Lepin slipped as he was trying to throw a bomb, went down. Olsen, to be fair to him, took advantage of it. But will he have the you-know-whats to go again? Because he didn't want to know in Coventry last week. He was very, very noticeable by his unwillingness to drop the gloves and do that. I'm not saying he isn't tough. I think he's a good at his job, and that's a tough job. But Guy slipped on that one, and Olsen's had a lot of fights lately, mostly against people on and off the ice in Cardiff. And he's had a lot of practice, and Guy probably needs to get back into the swing of things, but you know, Guy will step up to the plate for us whenever it's needed.
His reputation goes before him these days with Lepin, doesn't it? Remember when he arrived and everybody thought he was going to be fighting every weekend, and people don't want to know.
Well, Cowley's back up front. He was playing defence, wasn't he, last time before he got injured? He's definitely playing on the wing. Perhaps he has to wear a different number when he's playing on the wing so everyone knows in Coventry. Kind of gives them a clue.
We're 10 minutes in. Panthers have the 1-goal advantage through Matthew Myers. Lovely goal, and here he is now. Gallivan is up with him. Slap shot from distance is going to drop in the slot. Werner is there. First shoot saved and deflected right. Now Gallivan shoots off the bad angle. Stick breaks on him. Panthers still have it in the corner with Matthew Myers. Panthers temporarily short-handed as Gallivan gets a stick. He's back now. The Blaze are bringing it away. Thrown at the blue line. Offside is Venus, the youngster. And Nottingham will get it back, and the 5 gold-shirted Panthers will skate forward. Lakovic collects it off the boards, throws it towards the crease, deflects behind the net. Controlled behind the net by the Blaze, who break it out this near side.
Ejin is logging a lot of ice time at the back for Coventry in this one so far.
Greg Lee throws it towards the net, held up in the corner by Beckett. Panthers will bring it away to Francis. Pops it forward for Benedict to chase. Hirsch out of his net, helps it around. Picked off by Ling. Ling at the point, drops it into the corner for Francis, behind for Benedict. Benedict muscled away from it, no interference call. Benedict gets back at his man again, and then Francis puts a big bit of body in. Ling helps it to stay in the zone. Now it pops away. Ling will get there first and help it back to Beckett, who will have a bit of time, slings it forwards, misses everybody.
And he was stretching for it, wasn't he? Never had real control of it. That's why it's...
yep, rolls all the way through for icing.
12 minutes gone, sponsored by Hedgehog. Cup and league points up for grabs. Panthers lead by 1-0. And have we only seen round one of the setup between Lepine and Olsen? This confetti's still coming down. Have you seen the video?
Had a quick look earlier.
What do you mean you had a quick look? You're in the performing arts. I'm disappointed.
Shot off the jaw is saved by Kowalski. And the Blaze will continue to control. It's Bileski, tries to shoot through the feet. Deflected and pops away from Clark, who will go back behind the net. The reason I had a quick look was I would have been there last night if not for the Radio Nottingham Sport Christmas do. So I was elsewhere in town, and it meant that I had a bit of a sore head this morning. So I thought I would save it until I was refreshed and fully functioning to really enjoy it. So that's why I've not had a proper look.
How did you have a sore head from drinking Diet Coca-Cola?
I don't like carbonated drinks, they don't agree with me.
So you tried to settle it with Southern Comfort?
Blaze dropped the puck into the zone. Werner gets there first, although the puck will still work around favourably for the Blaze. Becky gets it now. Graham brings it away, puts it into the path of Clark, and then rides a check as well. Will drop it back towards Graham as Clark. Blaze intercept. Werner does really well and pops it forward as well. Might still come for the Panthers. Clark gets possession back. All a bit scrappy since the tilt between Olsen and Lepine.
What do you mean scrappy? David exactly meant to do that. Give it away and go and poke it back on his way to the bench. So it's a regulation ploy out the textbook.
Fox moves it forward. Gallivan with some great speed down the centre. Shoots as he falls to the ice. Panthers still have it though. Tries to work in front to Werner. Blocked by the defenceman. And then Werner wins it back and takes the man down with him as well.
You know what you could have said at this time of year when Eric was looking for the puck there, couldn't you? It's behind you. I can't believe you let that one go. Well, you're probably still hungover.
Here's Lakovic down the left-hand side this time.
2 glasses of shandy.
Button hooks in the corner. Gallivan misses it, rides the hit afterwards as well. Here's the goal scorer, Matthew Myers. Loose in the feet, back to Mark Levers out there for a shift on D. Worked across to Steve Lee. Lee will shoot it high and past Hirsch's net. Every time he goes for the save, he ends up so far out of his crease. Panthers still with possession. Through for Benedict, coming down centre.
Oh.
Stops and shoots and towed away by Hirsch. Good save. Benedict once more behind the net.
Good thinking by Benny to go for that bottom corner where he'd already let one in.
So much pressure from Nottingham. Benedict poking it loose again. Helped around by the Blaze only as far as Steve Lee. He'll put it back behind towards Benedict. It's loose behind the net. Nobody's picked it up. Cage has come right up off the floor behind Hirsch. And that will force a whistle that the Blaze are absolutely desperate for.
Just over 14 and a half minutes gone, sponsored by Hedgehog. And it's been a pretty good first period for the G&B Panthers. Didn't win the tilt, but you can't win them all. Stood up to the plate when called out by the tough guy. So, you know, Guy Lepine was under no illusions when I first saw him when he first came back. I mentioned Ben Olsen to him. He said, tough kid, tough kid. Now, the video launch, folks, if you haven't seen it, have a look on the website. Follow the texting instructions. You don't have to give a £5, that's an example. Just give us what you can afford. If you can't afford anything, fine. Just enjoy the video. We've done it so that everyone can have a bit of Yuletide fun. Have a laugh with us. We're not supposed to be singers any more than I'm supposed to be a drummer, and it's certainly not an electronic drum kit I've never seen before in my life. Those things don't work properly.
They're very strange.
It's very strange, but we managed to bash a beat out and the boys sang along to Mustang Sally. But the big one is I wish it could be Christmas every day. And, you know, we all wish it could be game day every day, but the boys would get a bit tired. But it's all for a good cause, so do what you can to help us, folks.
Panthers controlling things for the moment. Rolled forward towards the Coventry blue line, and Nottingham able to win the puck back, albeit temporarily. Now the Blaze will bring it away, this near side. Poor pass towards Cameron. Kowalski out of his net and helps it around. Picked off on the boards, but Graham will get there first. And works it up to Gallivan. He wants to try and dummy his way past. Lieb falls to the floor. Gallivan keeps going forward. And then Lieb lost his stick as well on the play. Kowalski stops the puck in front of him. We won't call that a save.
I think Lieb was arguing that he looks across at the ref as though it was holding the stick by Nottingham, and it was one of his teammates that had hold of it.
Nice play by Matthew Myers to keep the puck from coming straight back down the throat of Craig Kowalski. Coventry not able to do anything with it at centre ice. Rolled again for Killer to just help move on to Beckett. Up to Lakovic now. Gallivan has speed down the centre, up against one defenseman. Tries to work his way around him. Goes wide into the corner. Button hooks and delays things. Waits for help. Gets it from Fox. Drop pass toward Werner. Just overskated it a little. So he'll drop it behind the net. Lakovic will get there first as more confetti just drops down in our eye line at least. Panthers still controlling things, although that's a bit of an errant pass that Bolesky's able to pick off. Nottingham with men back quickly on the change. Kowalski decides not to come for it. Drop pass from Cowley's not the best. Blind backhand pass. Here's Link for Nottingham. Drop for Francis. Werner will still get there as well. Panthers are on side. Benedict will chase it down. Benedict will get there. Now thrown across the crease. Blocked front post. Out down the centre. Fox immediately puts the pressure back on. Here's Francis. Goes for the shot short side. Save on the shoulder by Hirsch.
Foxy's having a shift on defence. They won't have to do that again. Leppi's out of the box. But Lever's filled in on defence. Fox, the captain, filled in on defence. And I don't know that the fans always realise that when you've got the big, important 1 of 5 D-men in the box, the others have to rotate back to fill in, and it takes a flare off the forward lines, and you're just a little bit distorted for that 5-minute spell, and then you get back to it.
Lee wraps it around. Link controls and then holds it. Defenseman is searching for it. There's 6 men behind the net for the moment. Now Nottingham working out. Lee pinches in, pops out of the zone, but Levers is able to get there for Nottingham and help it back in. Keeping away from danger.
Coventry changing on the fly. No danger there, even though they got the tip to stop it being an icing whistle. Just under 3 minutes to go, first period now.
Here's Stewart with some speed. Overskates it a little, but still has it. Great pass across the crease towards Fox. Couldn't quite get there. Blaze bring it out with Cowley. He's rubbed to the boards by Lee. And then a big hit as well from Stewart chasing back. Lee will start things the other way. Here's Fox. Over the blue line. Throws it across towards Clark. He'll pick it up in the corner with time. Now the Blaze might be away. Oh, lost an edge as he tried to scramble away. And then Domish drops his stick. Whistle's going to go.
Domish had the big pop at Stewart in Coventry a couple of weeks ago and then squealed like a stuck pig when Stewie grabbed hold of him. I heard it up in the stand. You know, and Stewie's not, you know, Stewie took a note of the number there and was trying to get him back for it a little bit. I mean, Domish has this reputation for being this great skater. He played a lot of games in the EIHL, but he's a nice enough guy. Always says hello in the corridor.
Stewart will sit for 2. It's all being well.
So it's killed to the break, and then we'll be leading by 1-0. That's the plan. Unless we can score another short-handed goal.
Beckett battling. Might almost come out with it as well. Panthers sending men across when necessary, and they are able to force it out. Good start to the kill. Lakovic will chase down.
See, I hate that call that's been made. It was slashing, so it was stick on stick. He couldn't hold on to his stick. You know, get one of those power balls and squeeze it and increase your grip.
Lakovic falls. I think the fans want a call, but nothing given. Bolesky is trying to spin away from Matthew Myers.
The fans in Coventry would have got a call for that.
He'll work it across to Olsen. Olsen pops it forward. Smart passing from the Blaze, but then a blind backhand pass from Cameron gets him nowhere. Panthers trying to wrap it around. Weaver is able to fire it away. A nice little deflection from Lakovic to take it into the corner. Panthers go for a change.
80 seconds to go on the period, 70 seconds to go on the kill.
Bruce Graham and Pat Gallivan out there for Nottingham now. Gallivan doing well to force the Blaze back into their own end. Here's Lieb over to Cowley on the right-hand side. Gilopin gets the feet moving and stays with him. Gets the body on him as well now. Is able to fire it into the Panthers bench, getting the whistle. We'll see where Mr. Darnell decides to put the face off. It's back in the Nottingham zone.
We're in the last minute. 49 seconds of Stewie's penalty to continue. He goes back later this month, and that's why we signed Kelsey Wilson. And they should overlap. And then, depending on what happens in the NHL, we can reassess after Christmas. I mean, some of the fans were saying to me, what are you going to do when Stewie goes back? Well, you know, if we did nothing, Corey would go back in the lineup. We're not going to be short-staffed. He's not a bad defenseman, you know. But Kelsey should get here. He seems to be a hard-nosed impact forward, as we've said. 2 years ago, he won the Continental Cup and the Austrian League, and led the Austrian League in penalty minutes. Well, that's a high-caliber league, the Austrian League.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a couple of NHLers out there at the moment, quite high-profile guys.
Well, we were offered Sidney Crosby. It was only $400,000 a month, I think it was, in insurance.
Shot is straight down the throat of Craig Kowalski, holds on.
I asked Mr. Black. He didn't reply. He just ignored me.
Missed out and said the kid, eh?
Well, I got Linger to send him a text.
Might actually be some progress in the NHL now, finally. Now
I've heard that, yeah. I haven't seen the stories, I just heard.
Blaze win the draw and keep it in. Shot is into the legs. Essentially, they decided that rather than all the representatives, they'll put the players
and the owners together.
And the owners in a room together without everything else. Just one or two lawyers to make sure the players aren't getting royally screwed.
Can you say that on Family Entertainment?
We have now. Martin Team has said worse. As the Blaze are able to get into the zone. One
screwed just means twisted
shot.
Around in a spiral.
Absolutely.
Screwed up, like when you're wringing out a leather.
So essentially, they think they might be close. Optimistic was the word they were using yesterday, and they're going to meet again today. So
I'm not 100% up on it. I'm not one of these hockey nerds that goes on the internet and reads every word about it and all the tweets and all the Facebooks about it. But only about 3 weeks ago, when the mediators gone, but there were only about $180 million apart. Now that's an awful lot of money, but spread over all the teams, it's not.
In a $3 billion league, it's not.
Yeah. I think a lot of it will depend on how they reconcile the fact that they've lost half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good kill by the Panthers.
And maybe almost one more chance for the shot. Maybe if Fox gets it away quickly, or Lakovic does. Right onto Hirsch at the buzzer, who makes the save. But an excellent first 20 for Nottingham. They lead through Matthew Miser's short-handed snipe. And they've been the better team in the first 20 as well. Ender 1, Panthers 1, Blaze 0.
The players will be back after this short message from the Nottingham Building Society, headline sponsor of the Nottingham Panthers. Are you saving for your first home and thinking about getting on the property ladder? Are you aged 18 to 39? Would you like to see how you could get up to £1,000 free per tax year for your first home? Let us tell you about the Lifetime ISA. The Lifetime ISA is a savings account for 18 to 39-year-olds who want a little extra help with their future savings goals. You can use it for your first home, or wait until you're 60 and use your savings for retirement. The government will give you a 25% bonus on your savings. So you save £100, you get £25. You save £4,000, which is the maximum per tax year, you get £1,000 free, paid straight into the account, plus interest. You can open an account with just £10 online at thenottingham.com. Ineligible withdrawals are subject to a government charge of up to 25%. Check the terms and conditions for more information. Now back to the Nottingham Panthers.
Panthers outshot the visitors 11-6, I think it was, in that first period. They're just going up on the board. I think it was 11-6. Yep. So that's about right. That's the way it felt. It felt like Panthers were dominating, but it is only a one-goal game. And we'll have to see how it unfolds. But you always feel at the moment, I'm touching wood as I say it, just in case, because I'm quite a superstitious guy sometimes. But you get the feeling at the moment, as long as Panthers are in it, they're going to be in control of it, and they're going to skate away towards the end. They're the better team for stamina of sticking to game plans and what have you, and making adjustments as well.
You mentioned it already, there's a lot of Blaze defensemen playing a lot of minutes early on. There's Stewart battles and wins it against his man, and the puck pops up into the stands, and we'll have the whistle as there are some words between Anthony Stewart and Ben Olsen. Have we seen Stewie had a fight since he was here?
No, he did threaten to do it. I think it wasn't his first game against Coventry. Or was it Sheffield? No, he debuted at Sheffield away, didn't he? He did threaten to entertain the crowd first off the bat, first shift, just drop them. But it never happened. That's not his game. He's one of these, get stuck in the corners, grind it out, try and shut down the opposition's top line just by being up his armpit.
He forced the ice now. He gets a push from Lee, but Panthers will have the puck in their own end. Jordan Fox skates his way out of trouble. Panthers will break it out down this near side. Here's Clark. Big shot off the wing, bounces wide and goes out the zone. Panthers will have to scamper to get back on side.
Well, Jason Beckett tried to keep it in the zone, but it didn't get to him before he got to it, if you see what I mean. So he had to hit it from where it got to him. The only play on was to try and hard rim it.
Picked off by Matthew Myers, just lost track of it, will win it back and does really well. Gets it to Gallivan. Gallivan rubbed down on the boards. Matthew Myers will chase, puts body on against Olsen. Holds it up, tries to get it back to Gallivan. The Blaze do enough to keep it away. Flipping out of trouble, bounces at centre ice. Panthers won it back though. Long play up the boards. Deflected off a Coventry stick. Might bounce out of front of the slot. It's going to, and it's Matthew Myers who is the beneficiary. A long dump into the zone. Awful, awful bounce off the end boards. Hirsch came out to play it. Instead, the puck rolls across the crease. Matthew Myers says, thank you very much. Second goal of the night.
When we were in Coventry 2 weeks ago, the bad bounce, especially from the tractor door and in the corner next to it, was atrocious. And they play for it. They actually know that when you hard rim it, it hits something and comes back across the face. It is such a bad place to play. You fear something like that's going to happen. And then lo and behold, it happened here. Happy Christmas, Matthew. You're on a hat-trick. You deserve it, but you're on a hat-trick.
Well, 2-0 is a much fairer reflection of the scoreline.
Well, it is a fairer reflection of the way the play's been going. It's thoroughly unfortunate for the Coventry defenceman and netminder Hirsch. But there again, he's pulled some stunts and waved his arms and done things that I nearly, for a micro millisecond, went down the sympathy route. And then I thought, what are you talking about? It's Coventry. We played for that. We knew that was going to happen.
What can the Blaze muster in response now? Puck goes behind the Nottingham net, chased down by Werner. Dropped into the corner where Francis will pick it up for Nottingham and win the puck back. Doesn't quite reach a teammate. Blaze will have possession once more, worked around towards Griffin at the line, and now Nottingham will have it. And Matthew Francis will start it the other way. To Benedict, Link stays on side, misses it. Benedict will, Francis indeed rather will pick it up. And Coventry behind the net to bring it away. Up that far side, picked off by Benedict chasing back, and Weave is able to pick it up. Benedict has plenty of space down the middle, but wants to go for the line change and tries to drop it into the path of Francis. Panthers will win it again. Weaver across to Clark, who wraps it around. No bad bounce this time off the end boards. Coventry might be able to start it back though. Domish chasing down, Smith is there as well. Lee keeps it away from him for Nottingham. And the puck is back behind the net. Graham will chase. Domish keeps it in the Nottingham zone. Shot off a bad angle, gets its way through to Kowalski, makes the easy save. Not much venom on the shot. Killer more than comfortable.
The league stats men, Ronnie and Jim, up in Bonnie, Scotland. That was an Irish accent, wasn't it? Welsh? I don't know. Anyway, they're in Bonnie, Scotland. Haggis eaters, wear dresses, pieces of fur in the crutch area. Play a dead cat under their arm. Scots, basically. The point I'm trying to make is they cobble together match reports for the league and send them out based on the game sheets. So they'll be saying off the stick of or with a shot from Matthew Myers. You know, it won't tell the story in any way, shape or form. when we were in the Super League, we all used to have to write the reports up, and you got all that kind of little nitty-gritty. But of course, someone has to do it. They were paying a little bit of money, not a fortune. And why should anyone... Ooh, so close, David Clark trying to set it up for Bruce Graham. An anagram of a charmer bug. I did some anagrams last night at the thing. Charmer bug, Bruce Graham. David Clark, dark evil cad. Corey Nielsen, sincere loony. I'm not doing my favourite, Steve. There's no point looking at me like that. It was adults only last night. But if you've got a pen and a paper, write down Paul Reagan and see what you get out of my favourite owner. And have a look at my favourite announcer. Because there's an absolute corking anagram for both of them. And both very appropriate, if I may say so myself. Anyway, what I'm saying was, Matthew's goal will go down on the Elite League website and in all the publicity from those match reports as an absolute screamer. And it was, for a different reason.
He's out there at the moment, puck thrown towards the back net. Lakovic tries to go for the wraparound. Good pressure from this line once more. Mize is making a nuisance of himself in front. Shot from Weaver. Back to Gallivan. Matthew Mize is still at it. Thrown towards the net once more. It's going to drop for Hirsch. He will get on top of it eventually. And Matthew Mize is getting sticked and pushed as he makes his way across the top of the crease.
It's all right, Bobby's got there. Bobby from Beeston's gone over there and said, hey, calm down. I'm Bobby from Beeston. And look at how quickly they backed off when Bobby got there. Just the sheer presence was enough of a threat.
Streetwise.
Oh, well, don't you get streetwise in Beeston? He's actually not from Beeston now. He's moved back to Woolham, hasn't he? He's moved in with his mum and dad.
I'll be living there soon, so I'll let you know.
No.
Yeah. Well, I think it's Old Chilwell, technically.
Oh, well, that doesn't count then. You're far enough away from me anyway.
It's near the Cadland.
The what?
Pub. Obviously.
Well, you'd know about things like that.
They're so shandy there.
Oh, you're going to have some headaches.
Blaze have it in the corner.
You'll have to go in. I'll tell you what, do us a favour. When you move in, say, I'm new to the area. And have you got any Hedgehog beer? Because they're sponsors, so that'll be good. And they'll say, Hedgehog beer, what's that? I say, oh, you should get Hedgehog beer, it's really good. There's a light one and a heavy one. I've had samples. And I'm not a big drinker, you know, but the heavy one is too much for me. You know, it's like Newcastle Brown but stronger, and I'm from the northeast. But the light one is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Just a bit of a protest from the Panthers bench, who are saying that the puck was fired over the glass and should be delay a game.
Oh, well, they're right, but you know, it's a referee.
Since when is being right mattered?
The referee is not on my Christmas card list. The stanchions behind their goal are. I'll pin it to it with sellotape for the whole of Christmas. Happy Christmas, stanchions. You are very good. That was a great assist.
Just wondering, you know, when you get a bench miler for too many men, it goes down as 99.
Mm-hmm.
As Francis turns and shoots, will get it back and just slots it wide. Just wondering if the boards will get an assist in the same kind of way, whether it will appear as 99 on the game sheet.
They don't need a point in the league starts. They're getting a Christmas card from me. That's reward enough, especially when you see my Christmas card, because I make my Christmas cards.
Mm.
I don't hand make them. I design and come up with them. Do you know what we got this year?
Well, won't I find out when I get one?
Yeah, but where will you mention it when you get it?
True, that's true.
And I don't really send them to people I see on a regular basis.
It's fair enough. Go on then, what's on them?
It's loosely built on an exact replica of the cover of the Sgt. Pepper's album, and I've added pictures of the family all over it. And then instead of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, it says the Moran Family Never Lonely Christmas Band. It looks like it's a Bobby. It's a Bobby Dazzler. Goalie's lost his stick.
Thought you meant a Bobby Lakovic.
Well, he's a Bobby Dazzler as well.
Panthers will get the puck back, which should eventually give Kowalski time to get the stick back if Gilipin doesn't tread all over it.
He'll break it if he stands on it.
I'll pass down the centre. Domish picks it off. Levers is retrieving it behind the plate. Apologies to Eric Werner. Still doesn't have it back, Kowalski. Does now The exchange is complete as Benedict moves it away. Fox prods it forward. Stewart off the bench will chase down Olsen and finish a big hit. Puts the body into the boards. Olsen returns the fader with a bit less spice. And Fox will skate into his man. Panthers still have the puck. Shot from distance from Graham at the blue line is gloved by Hirsch. Holds on.
And Stu, did you notice that Stu just made himself available if Olsen wanted to have a dance? And Olsen was busy straightening out his underpants, basically. He's still doing it now. He's just trying to get the crease out of the way. What? Well, he is.
Nothing. I know.
He's just trying to get it comfy. He's got a visitor.
Fox will bat with Olsen
good hustle,
in the corner
good hustle.
Now. Olsen is able to move it away. Lee will pick it up. Opposite to Graham. He controls nicely in the corner, turns into a bit of trouble, goes down, and the Blaze are able to clear. Kowalski will come around his net to play this one. That's how you do it, Hirsch. Coventry still do have it in the zone. Lee trying to send himself up for the shot, plays it across to the defenseman instead. Blaze with a bit of time, back to Olsen. Olsen shoots it wide. Kowalski not able to glove it. And Coventry keeping possession in the corner. Lee goes down. Takes his man down from the floor as well, Steve Lee. Coventry still with the puck though. Here's Cowley off the bad angle, decides not to shoot. Olsen made the option to break away. And now Graham's trying to break away from Cowley. Does down the centre. Graham against... Oh, what a move that is! Bruce Graham! He went for the old Roenick. You just hold your breath to see whether it inched over the line. Hirsch faked out of his pads by big Bruce Graham, who gives Nottingham a 3-0 lead. And what a sweet move that is.
27-10 gone. Cowley had his pocket well and truly picked. Bruce Graham with the big strides got further and further away from him. Did the Mighty Ducks triple deep, didn't even bother to shoot. Came to the side of the blue paint, but he's got such a long reach, especially one-handed. And on the one-handed backhand, he just let it trickle into the bottom corner. As sweet a goal as you'll ever see. Panthers lead by 3-0.
Well, if he was unlucky on the last one, Peter Hirsch, there was he's been made to look a fool in that one for very different reasons. Great play from Bruce Graham.
Officially no assist on that goal, although I understand Tony Hand's appealed for one. You have to...
Another classic there.
You have to know. Oh, here you go. Incoming.
It's against Domish by the looks of it. In fact, it's against the Panthers. It's Matthew Myers who's going to sit.
All right, I'm allowed to criticise refs. And that's my criticism of Tom Darnell. He calls the scoreboard. Oh, Panthers are in danger of running away with it. Did you see anything in that play? There was nothing in that play that hasn't been happening for the first 28 minutes, 27 and a half minutes, by both sides and what have you. But we've just scored. He tends to go that way. You know, it wasn't the crowd calling it. That's his other big criticism, by the way, when you're in Coventry. Yeah, you've got to give that one. Last time we were there, I actually saw him wave one off. Here we go.
Blaze breaking in. Kowalski makes the save, and there's just a little bit of afters as well.
Jason just had the guy had his arm under Jason's arm, and he just clamped it down and pulled him away from the keeper. Yeah, when we were there, he actually waved a penalty off, shook his head. The crowd jeered him. He changed his mind and gave it. Same thing. Can't do that.
Of course.
I hear in Wales last weekend, it was a cup game with Sheffield, the winning penalty shot, the ref waved that off and then realised it had ricocheted off the post, hit the back of the Sheffield keeper and gone in, so he gave it. It was a goal, as per the rules, but what was he doing waving it off? And they wonder why they get criticised sometimes. Not by me, of course, I'd never do that.
Of course not.
Ever. Good job putting the stick in.
It's Blaze on the power play, but it's Nottingham bringing the puck away. Here's Fox. Trailing man is Steve Lee. Just settles it down, gets it back to Fox, but he can't get the shot on the net. And Gallivan will go for the change as the Blaze bring it.
Pass was just behind him, just couldn't fashion the body shape to get the shot away.
Picked off mid-air by Steve Lee, nice play.
Good hand and eye coordination there.
And now Bruce Graham skates it right down the centre of the ice. Still going, Graham, still controlling it. Wants to go for the wraparound, just can't squeeze it in. What a nice goal. That would have been coast to coast. There's a man who's certainly found his feet the last few weeks, Bruce Graham.
Yeah, I talked to him. I did an interview with him on the website, and he was just saying it. We just found it. He didn't come right out and say it, but basically what he was saying was it was difficult when he first got here. He's got a wife and 2 young daughters, and you know, there's other things, you know, distracting him, and he didn't put his act together. Is in effect what he was saying, because of the other distractions. They've all calmed down now. The kids are like happy. The wife knows where Asda is or whatever, and you know, they've worked it. No, I'm serious. All of that has to get put into position. Todd Kelman rang me today. He had a baby boy last week.
Oh.
He said, I'm just reading today, thanks for the congratulations messages, but how do you cope? You had twins, how do you cope with this? I said, yeah, we had twins and a 2-year-old at the same time. He said, Jason Ruff, who used to play for Belfast, said he had twins. I rang him up, he said, I didn't sleep for 3 years. I didn't get a night's sleep for 3 years. I said, 3 years? I said, he did well. Did he go away to a hotel? I said, I think we went 7 years without a full night, Kim. Don't forget, we had Paul Moran and Stephanie Moran, and Paul would scream the house down, and when he was too tired, he'd go to sleep, but the last thing he'd do before he went to sleep would kick Steph to wake her up so that she could have the next shift.
An insight into the Moran household.
Tag team baby crying.
You're making me look forward to being a father, I've got to say.
Oh, they're all looking forward to it. Speaking of Paul Moran, he's looking forward to it next week or so. But Poundy's wife's been in slow labour since Wednesday. That's slow. You know.
Was wondering actually. Yeah.
That's positively James Peace, the Coventry general manager's pace. That is. It's nothing to do with him. Goody's wife's pregnant.
What's in the water?
That's why you've got this to look forward to, Owen. But first things first, you'll have to work out how it works. It's got nothing to do with water. And a lot more to do with shandies.
Sure.
Panthers lead by 3-0. We're 59 seconds away from the halfway mark, sponsored by Hedgehog Beer.
It's a 5-on-3 for the Blaze. It's Bolesky who has the puck. And gets it back for the one-timer, miles wide. Will drop favourably for the Blaze, though. 23 more seconds of 5-on-3 before Nottingham get a man back. It's Bolesky again, big one-timer this time. It's right in the top corner. That was the setup they were going for. And the Blaze pull one back with a snipe from their NHLer.
David Clark was in the box on interference to give them that 5-on-3, and we just collapsed the triangle down too close, didn't we? And then he was able to pick his spot, and K-Wall was unsighted, and he's an NHLer. Whether he's a third-line grinder, fourth-line grinder in the NHL or not, he's not going to miss the top quarter of the net when he's got that opportunity and all that time to pick his spot. He did pick his spot. We got a 3-1 game, a 2-goal spread. Panthers by far the dominant force, but we have still lost a goal advantage, so it's now 3-1 to the Panthers with just over 10 minutes to go, second period.
And you mentioned top of the show the amount of penalties that Nottingham have had to kill recently. As Fox finishes a hit, and then Gallivan chases his man down, does really well, gets it toward Fox, who then puts another big hit on. Big collision behind the play. Blaze putting the puck away though, left-hand side. Pass over to Guthrie, tries to a stick handle around his man. Drops it off for Bolesky for the shot again, went for that same top corner. And it's Guthrie down low.
He didn't hit it though, did he?
They want to find Bolesky again. Now Cameron. Back to Bolesky, but it's picked off by Fox, comes out the zone. Still over a minute to go on this kill for Nottingham. Cameron will wrap it behind. Kowalski takes the pace off it behind the net. Guthrie.
Captain Jordan Fox, you know, read how important it was to try and get through this kill after just dropping that 5-on-3 goal, and that's why he put in a leader's shift there, didn't he? He banged a couple of guys, he bust a gut to get back, and then he provided the tip, and now he's gone for a well-deserved rest.
Stewart finishes his hit behind the plate as well, and Nottingham win the puck back on the end of the ice. Beckett coughs it up. Blaze will get it into the zone with Cameron. Beckett well, but just didn't finish the job. Here he is again, can't get it clear once more. Shot tight angle. Kowalski gets down really quickly and does really well to save it. Nottingham just scrambling idle. Here's Cowley behind the net.
Very good shot from
corner.
Brad Lieb there. Spun on a sixpence and fired it, but K-Wall shut it down. Nice slash from K-Wall as well there.
Panthers get the box set up now. 10 seconds left on the penalty. That's one more shot. Tried to thread it across the crease. Clark is up in the box waiting to come out. Blaze still have possession. Back to the point. Over to the shot again from distance. Kowalski makes the save once more. Francis will scamper. And can't just quite get it out the zone. Behind the net once more. Good strength from Beckett. Clark has it. Clark can't clear it out. Beckett will have another go. Instead wraps it back behind for Steve Lee, who will now clear it out. Chip nicely into the Blaze end. And the kill is negotiated in the end successfully. Blind backhand pass from Guthrie almost comes off. It'll come back to him now behind the net as well. Controls it mid-air. Keeps it away from two Panthers. Puts it deep into the corner. Back up to the high slot, feathered wide.
Well left by Kowalski there.
Benedict chases down on two men. Keeps the puck away. Guthrie almost gets it back once more. Lepin wraps it around the boards. Blocked to the point by Benedict partially. Comes back to Cameron. Shoots through some bodies. Deflected and blocked indeed by Gila Pittons. And he will now turn back away from danger as the Blaze go for a change.
Good puck support from Nottingham. He had not a lot of options on his plate there, and he circled, had a look, and two guys had gone into the open area so that it was an easy pass for him. Easy outlet pass, got the pressure off, got it down the ice. Hirsch covers up, Panthers got a face-off deep in enemy territory at 31 minutes and 9 seconds. Still leading by 3-1. Took a double power play to take the shutout away from Craig Kowalski. And Panthers by far the better team. They just have to keep it going, and we talked about that at the start of the second period. Panthers are better, they just have to believe it, which I'm sure they do, and just have to keep going.
Here's Lakovic, top of the circle. Gallivan behind the net, wants the wraparound. It's muscled away, and then two men fall down behind the play. Matthew Myers battling. As Coventry bring the puck down the ice. Shot on the turn, saved by Kowalski. Juggled by Kowalski, eventually gets the whistle. It's Matthew Myers just in a bit of fun and games behind the play.
Fans getting into it. Good crowd, over 4,000. We're not far away from Christmas, are we? And it's midweek and it's bitterly cold outside. It was cold in the building. I think they might have been keeping the temperature down to help reset the ice after it was covered up for the War of the Worlds show with Liam Neeson. But it's only a hologram of him. He wasn't here, I don't think. Anyway, had he been here, he'd have wished he was in Hucknall, where the real action was last night at Bar H2O.
Thought you were going to say that Christmas do.
No, give away right to the front. Oh, great recovery by Kowalski.
Great
Now
save.
the Blaze forward.
Great save by Killer. Panthers just trying to absorb a bit of pressure. 7:10 to go in the second. Neat play from Nottingham. Fox with the long pass to Lakovic, who controls it first time. Might try and beat his man around the outside. Instead puts the brakes on. Olsen does enough. Gallivan tries to hold up his man behind the net. Blaze skated out. And Graham controls with the skate. Benedict. Gallivan steps off and Panthers keep it moving with Foxy wraps it around, goes for that bad bounce again. Goes all the way around for Clark, backhanded in towards Stewart. Now Graham puts the shoulder on, knocked away from Stewart. And just a Panther down the tunnel getting a bit of work as well. We'll show you next stoppage. As Graham puts it into the path of Clark to skate it away down the centre. Rides the challenge of Cowley. Wraps it around the boards. Graham will get there first. Stewart is out there as well. Stover skates it a little, but will muscle and win it back. Stewart still going, wants to get into the path of Graham, might come to him now. Clark shoots up into the body. Hirsch didn't know a great deal, will try to glove this one down, can't manage it, and then there's a whistle from Darnell, despite the fact that Netminder was nowhere near getting the puck.
Sam Smith has been so close on 2 occasions on recent shifts for the Coventry Blaze, and I was fearful that it was a top-line import who was just waiting to pop his cork, as it were, but it's Sam Smith. He's really British. Played juniors in Canada, came back to Cardiff, didn't get on with the coach, and has ended up with Paul Thompson.
Just a shot there of Eric Werner, who's down the Panthers tunnel.
That's a big loss for us, so skillful. I've not noticed, although he's on now, I hadn't noticed until now David Lingmuch this period. He was such a dominant force and so noticeable in the first period.
Bradley gloves it down, tries to start it away for the Blaze, but he misses it entirely. Weaver has to chase back up against old teammate Cowley, puts him on the floor. As there's a bit of a delay in front of the bench between Francis and one of the Blaze players. Benedict has it down in the zone.
He had a good hold of one of the Lee brothers, didn't he? To me, to you.
Here's Guthrie coming down the centre of the ice. Good wheels.
Yeah, nicely forced to the side by Steve Lee, though, did his job.
Now Lakovic jumps in, gets it away from the defenceman. Ling will bring it down the left wing. Ling tries to go for a move around the zone. Olsen threw his head back like he'd been sticked in the face. No call.
Well, I think he was.
Now
Olsen's just slashed the stick out of Lako's hands. Linesman, if he tells the referee, Olsen has to get 2 for interference.
As it is, we've had an icing call. Not sure if we're going to get
Who, me,
else.
ref? Who, me? You see, that's where he should call it, and then you'd have respect for him.
Less than 5 to go in the second. Panthers 3, Blaze 1.
Sponsored by Hedgehog Beer, soon to be available all over the Nottingham area. And the light one's lovely.
Panthers win the draw cleanly. Back to Lee. Chop for Gallivan. Lee will make room. Tries to throw it in front for Matthew Myers. Battling. Cleared away as far as Beckett, who can't quite keep it in the zone. As Eric Werner, just out of your shot, makes his way back onto the Nottingham bench. Calls from the crowd. Panthers skating into the zone again with Gallivan. Tries to go to the backhand, then loses his footing. The Blaze will bring it out.
Well, Olsen was really doing his job for Coventry there. Matthew was making a nuisance of himself.
Bileski shoots and scores. I think he went through a body and beats Kowalski right over that shoulder. Same place as last time. And the Blaze are within 1.
.4:22 to go. 36-38 gone. We've got a 1-goal hockey game. Olsen was doing his job. Matthew Myers was being hustled and bustled and out-muscled his man and knocked him down. So Olsen came in and gave him a shove. And that kind of put everyone into a looking over the shoulder mode. And they came down the ice. And then the shot through, I think it was Beckett's legs, then went up and into the corner. And Kowalski's been beaten for a second time. So with 2-2, 4:22 to go, second period. It's now a 1-goal game. But Nottingham is still the better team. But you know what this game needs right now? Round 2. Win, lose or draw, that sorts out this little bit of momentum, this little bit of being a bit taller than us, mentally rather than physically.
Jordan Fox doing a shift back on D. Graham will cross ice the puck away from Hirsch, chased down by Stewart, kicked away by the Blaze player, but Stewart will keep skating. Gielepin steps in at the blue line to keep the puck moving for Nottingham. Stewart behind the net, wants to get it towards Graham. Instead it's going to come to Smith. And here come the Blaze again. Smith chasing it down. Gielepin will get to him, but a volley from Gielepin.
Jordan Fox, the captain's working on defence again at the moment.
2 Blaze players lying on the ice, and Panthers will come out with the puck and can start the other way with the numerical advantage for the moment. Stewart stops at the line. Gets it into Fox, tries to get it down low to Graham, who was standing side of the cage, not able to. Here is Graham again. Trying to work away from the defenseman, held on the boards. Gets out with it now, Graham, skates towards the net, wants the option, goes around the back of the cage, throws it in, loose behind Hirsch, and the whistle goes from the referee, who's lost sight of it. Put clearly in view from here. And as
It's got to be clearly in view from where he was.
And as Werner went for it, not able to get the stick on it, the referee blows the whistle.
Definitely not getting a Christmas card now. I mean, what did he think the guys were skating there for? Because the D-man and the forward were both rushing to get to the puck. What did he think, even if he couldn't see the puck from where he was, which I doubt, what did he think they were trying to do?
3:13 to go in the second. Panthers with the 1-goal lead. Puck drops for Werner to control back out there. Panthers need to tag up before they can forecheck. They do now. Good speed from Benedict, who decides not to finish his check on Olsen. Coventry bring it away. Left-hand side in the Panthers zone. Drop behind the net. Kowalski decides not to play it. Just squared it down in front to the high slot. No shot on from the Blaze, and then the arm comes up for an offside as the Blaze take the puck out the zone.
Yeah, but we had the puck in the zone, and we were bringing it out of the zone. They were offside, but the whistle shouldn't have gone because they didn't play it offside.
Here's Bileski to take the draw for the Blaze. It's the two goal men, in fact, up against Matthew Myers, and Myers wins on this occasion. Flipped forward by Beckett, picked off at the red line by the Blaze, who bring it forward now to Guthrie. Mile offside was Cameron. We'll have another face-off.
2:32 to go, second period. Panthers the better team. Panthers in control for most of it, but they've got that lucky goal, and that, in effect, is separating the sides at the moment.
Matthew Myers wins it again. Guthrie shoved to the floor. Panthers have the puck. Matthew Myers with that neat turn in the corner. Tries to flip it away but doesn't get enough on it. Will find its way out of the zone importantly. Coventry look offside at the line, but on. Cameron tries to get it over to Bileski on that side. Shot off the bad angle, will come back to him. Tries to create some room. Kowalski stands tall on that front post and makes the save.
Now, they weren't offside. The guy stretched his legs out nice and wide and kept his team onside, and they capitalised on it. They put some pressure on, and K-Wall had to be good there. They're tight saves. They're good saves on the short side.
Blaze win the draw. Shoot from distance, flashes wide. Puck will make its way out the zone as well. Good play from Clark. And then Stewart, as one of the brackets flies off the top of the boards down on the short side. Panthers trying to move it forward, centre ice. Domish picks it off. Here's Cowley, shoots from distance.
We're overcomplicating things at the moment, Owen. Get back to the basics and get back to the game plan.
Puck loose once more. Domish gets there. Cowley gets there. Panthers might be able to spring down the centre. Here's Clark. Needs to shoot it. Does. Saved by Hirsch.
Clark is not a deker, is he? He's a shooter.
Couldn't do too much as well. The defenceman was there with him, so had to get the shot away from that side.
Hirsch covered the net well as well. He was quite a long way out towards the line around the edge of the blue paint, and he had his angles covered. And these guys know. They get a read on the opposition, even if they were new to the league. He's not. He knows David Clark. He knows he's going to shoot. Clarkey doesn't take penalty shots for us.
Nottingham in the draw through Ling. Benedict holds it on the boards. Bileski and Ling tangle. Here is Ling, short side, moves it across. Good save by Hirsch, really good save. Got the pad down to Rob Francis at the back post. Blaze not able to bring the puck in. Collision with Bileski, who on his knees does enough to keep it away from Benedict. That would have been Keystone Cop's moment. But now Nottingham do have the puck. Francis wants to drop it for Ling. Here is Ling. Shoots it. Hirsch saves it. Worked around to the far side. Francis tries to control. Won by Olsen.
That save on Francis was the save of the match so far. Great job by a keeper that we're not that fond of.
Back up to Lee from Francis. Now across to the far side. Shot is tipped before it reaches Hirsch, who looks behind him, but it's a good save. Lakovitz's tip. Hirsch with an important stop with just under 28 seconds to go in the second, and his side a goal down already.
Be nice to sneak one before the second break, wouldn't it, just to restore the 2-goal advantage.
It's 2-goal man Matthew Myers to take the draw for Nottingham. Blaze won it this time. Bruce Graham ties up his man on the balls. Matthew Myers there very quickly. Backhand into the corner. Graham chases down. Works around to the far boards. Controlling the feet by Clark, who just lost sight of it, pops loose to centre ice, but Nottingham have the puck importantly. Bruce Graham decides just to keep control, keep possession. Nottingham will run out the final 6 seconds or so of this second period. Plenty of goals. Panthers opening up a 3-goal lead, but the Blaze storming back with 2 goals from their NHL and Matt Boleski.
I fancy us in the third period, Owen, but you rightly say after 40 minutes it's still a 1-goal game, 3-2.
So I'm walking through, and as I'm going out for warm-up, I remember saying to myself, walking down the tunnel, this is it. Right, I'm gonna walk on the ice, there's gonna be people in the stands coming to watch me play. So I step on the ice, I am not 2 feet on the ice, and I hear, Leach, you suck!
You start to think, what was I doing when I was 20 years old?
Right. Hey, I didn't think I was gonna be doing that when I was 20 years old either, so.
Unfortunately, like you said, it's one of those moments where Julian comes up big when he needs to.
Oh, God. Dude, let's not pump his tires.
So I went out and I started lining up and I started going the wrong way against my own goalie because I was so nervous I didn't even realize. And everyone was yelling at me, and then I was like, oh my God.
Before we carry on, I must say that you have the most delightful accent that has been on this show. I've never had someone with that kind of Bostonian accent. So this is wonderful.
Yeah, hopefully you can understand me.
Well, I tell a story in the book about cycling with our team at one point.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, you should pick up the book. But
no, I think the first day he showed up was a good indicator of Linger. He walked in, and instead of carrying a hockey bag, he was carrying a duffel bag.
Don't do the mistake I did once, just leaving the ice, being the only rookie to not stay. I heard about it for months, let me tell you.
And you mentioned them a minute ago. What did you make of Johann's white skates when you first saw them?
Well, they're not for me, but I thought they were awesome. Yeah.
You had a fight in a game.
Oh, God.
Now, well... now,
all of a sudden, about after 5 minutes of doing drills and stuff, the fury obviously starts to come down onto his face and everything. So, anyways, he takes off back to the boards and he's throwing water on his head and drinking it, and everyone's looking at him like, what's wrong with him? You know, like, what's going on? I never told anybody, right?
The good news from the locker room is that Werner wasn't injured in any way. He just had a damaged skate blade. He lost an edge, so he was just sitting there quietly waiting for the blade to get sorted. And as soon as it was, he was back on the ice. So Panthers, full strength, leading by 1. You'd probably have taken that at the start of the game. It just feels like the wrong score because of the way the boys have been playing.
We're back underway. Shots on goal in the second, incidentally. 14 on Hirsch, 10 on Kowalski. So, well, essentially an even period, 2 goals apiece. As Gary was saying, doesn't really feel that way the way that the Blaze came back. Here's Weaver for the Panthers, breaking into the Blaze zone. Drops it for Beckett, throws it towards net, skips wide. Just to ruffle the netting as it went through. Stewart now behind the net. Bounces off the skate of Clark. Will come back to Weaver though to shoot from distance. Flashes wide. Now Beckett will have to scurry to get there. Gets there first and does keep it in the zone.
John Weaver would love to score against his former team, wouldn't he?
There's Cowley bringing it away.
He's been back for about... I mean, well, he's been there all year, hasn't he, Cowley? And he was just out injured. Why hasn't he got his name bar on? How hard is it to get his name bar? Put it this way. Kelsey Wilson's shirt's been made and is ready and waiting.
Boleski tries to thread it across for Guthrie. Panthers will break 3 on 2. Lakovic gives it to Gallivan, the trailing man. Shoots and scores! Gallivan snipes one and Panthers get their 2-goal lead back. Classic 3 on 2 break. Gallivan just dropped back. Lakovic found him with the pass and sniped it for 4-2.
41-15 gone. Great break, as Owen said. 3-on-2. Panthers with the advantage, which was made more telling because Matthew Myers did it textbook. He took the first defenseman out the way. Gallivan came across, came in riding shotgun, came in as trailer, and then he rifled it into the top corner. We saw him doing it on YouTube after we'd signed him and thought, yeah, this guy can snipe, and he's just done it for us. And that's a crucial goal against the Coventry Blaze. Panthers lead by 4-2 in a match in both League and Cup, sponsored by Hedgehog.
And here's Gallivan again, not able to work it away. Assist to Lakovic and Matthew Myers, but here's Bileski for the Blaze, wants to shoot it, shoots and scores. It's one of those games, folks. Hat-trick for Bileski.
41-34 gone, and Bileski shoots through the 5-hole, fires it in low. D was pretty much doing its job. K-Wall would like to get that one again, but sometimes when they shoot that hard, it will find a way through whatever you do.
And we're a one-goal game again. Just need to settle down now in the Nottingham camp. Tornell drops the puck and we're back underway. It's as you were. They forget the first minute and a half of the third. Confirmation of the hat-trick from Bileski. Here's Weaver centre ice, Brickton into the zone, picked off by the Blaze, who will skate it away. 1-on-1. Steve Lee, the defenseman, back, drops it off for Venus, the trailing man. Shot flashes wide. And Nottingham now able to pick it up. Francis lofts it long. No icing call as Ling chases down on Olsen and puts the hit on as well to finish it off.
I think he told him it was coming as well.
Here is Ling, drops it off the boards, picked up by Fox, has to stop as the official got on the way. Beckett will shoot, saved by Hirsch.
Doesn't know where it is, he's looking over his shoulder. Did I get that one?
Listen to this song in the car on the way here, weirdly.
You can't remember it first time round, can you? Steve can. He used to get down with the bros to that one. He used to go to that club on Huntingdon Street where they used to play that one.
Shot from Lee, deflects wide. Clark will try and get it out the Panthers zone. Picked up by a Blaze player. Does come out of the zone. Cowley straight back in, poked away nicely by Gielepin. Blaze still have possession. 3 minutes gone in the final period. Here's Cowley on this near side. Big slap shot, big glove from Craig Kowalski, and then Gielepin goes headfirst into the boards as he tries to hit Cowley. Face off to come to the right of Killer.
I think he was smiling afterwards, Gielepin. Coventry aren't in the mix for nothing. That's why they're up at the top, you know, and Thompson's been around long enough. He knows to do certain things in certain venues and certain ways to play, and you can't accuse them of panicking. They were well outplayed and they were 3-0 down. But he'll have been saying, hey, one of those goals was a fluke. One was nothing you can do about it. One was a mistake by Cowley. He'll have been arguing they were still in it. He has to see it through blue and white tinted glasses, and we quite rightly have to see it through black and gold tinted glasses. Trying to be absolutely unbiased at the moment. The bottom line is Panthers are the best team. But the scoreboard doesn't fully reflect that.
Blaze win the draw, have it back with Olsen. It's a neat setup from the Blaze as they bring it over the red line. Dropping in for Bileski to chase up against Steve Lee. Lee ridden hard into the balls by Bileski, but Werner is able to move it away for Nottingham. Back in the possession of Olsen for the Blaze. Lakovic chasing. Gallivan picks it up, works it around the boards. There's that bad bounce once more, this time benefiting the Blaze almost. Cameron keeps it away.
Well, that was off the kickboards this time, that's different. It's a 4-on-2 if the boys out get the... Oh, no way.
Offside at the line.
No comment. I'm not commenting because I don't know whether we were or we weren't. I just know what I think of the linesman. Yeah, Steve says their bench was screaming offside because Soderstrom was scared it was 4-on-2. He'd just seen what happened 3-on-2.
Lynn controlling on the half boards. Puck comes back the other way. As Weaver gets there first and keeps it moving around. Here's Benedict. Prods it forward toward Ling.
Coventry are just getting to our guys at the moment, trying to put them off the stride, just trying to get to them early and spoil the passes and spoil the outlets, spoil the game plan.
Good play from Beckett to get it away. 2-on-2 with Francis dancing around his man. Ling will chase it down into the corner. Blaze player lost his stick temporarily. Francis will get there first this time as well. Now here's Ling. He's muscled away from it. Blaze just trying to spring Cowley. As Ling is called up behind the plate. It's forward to Clark. Back toward Ling. Beckett skips away from his man up the boards. Still has it, Beckett. Drop pass toward Fox. It's
never going to reach him, that.
Poor. Cowley brings it away. Stewart finishes a hit on Cowley. Blaze bringing it away down the far side. Shot deflected up into the netting. And out for the face-off.
It's just much closer than it needs to be, isn't it? And too close for comfort, as they say.
Panthers win the draw. Important one. 5 minutes gone in the third. Long pass from Gila Pin is going to miss everyone, and this will go for icing when the Blaze get there, which they do.
There is one change this period. I've had a cull in the interval.
A cull?
Yeah, I mentioned to Goody, the equipment manager, when did the rule change about maximum number of people on the bench? And he goes, well, I don't know, it has. I said, so how come you think you can get away with 10 on the bench? 11 at one point. We're down to regulation 6. I mean, one bless was a new doctor we've never had before. He didn't know he couldn't, but someone should have been passing the message on. I just didn't want to give the opposition coach or coaching staff an opportunity to pull that one on us. And it's the same linesman giving offside. And, you know, I mean, there was a real cheap call last week, wasn't there, when Bray had clerical error, forgot to put Adam Walker on the game roster. And Hull spotted it, asked some surreptitious questions so the ref didn't know what was going off. And then as Adam Walker stepped on for his first shift in the game, Hull's captain was sent across to say, referee's not on the sheet, send him away. And, you know, that's it. There was no penalty. He just wasn't allowed to play, and it was properly handled as per the text and the T's and the eyes of the rule book, but it's a cheap call.
Absolutely.
And I didn't want to give... I'm not saying Coventry would pull a cheap call on us, but I honestly don't know what the rule is at the moment. But it used to be no more than 6 personnel on the bench. And I didn't want to give them the opportunity to call a cheap call. After all, they got 3. One of them's the physio. And one of the other two is Matt Soderstrom. 14 miles and 13 seconds to go. Panthers lead by 1. They should lead by more.
Blaze win the draw.
Key word is lead.
Matthew Myers lost his stick, goes toward the net, bit of movement, goes wide. Matthew Myers still without the stick. He's now got opportunity to get back to the bench and pick up a new one, which he does.
I think it must have been broken, that's why he didn't go and pick it up.
Lakovic chases down into the zone. Gallivan loses his footing, gets a couple of shoves, keeps the puck moving. Now Blaze will bring it out down this near side. Steve Lee watches his man Guthrie all the way. Weaver gets across, helps it around, and then kept in by Beleski at the line. Panthers doing the best to swipe at him, get it away, not able to just yet. Lakovic will watch this one. Lee gets there and Nottingham are able to help it out in the zone, but only onto the stick of a Blaze player.
The big problem with a 1-goal game is you start thinking about protecting it as the clock runs down, and the other team starts thinking, well, 1 goal away from at least getting overtime. Ooh, I don't like passes through the blue paint. That was a good one, though, because it got there.
Flip towards Kowalski's net, decides not to come for it. Ling picks it up in the corner, goes shoulder to shoulder. Almost pops loose for a Panther, instead it's Philippe. Works it across, shot is blocked and then backhanded out by Weaver, but not out the zone. Here are the Blades shooting from distance, and Kowalski standing up, holds on to that one. Gets a much needed breather as Steve Lee comes together, and then there's a face rush from Dave Ling.
He's just saying, have you smelt the palm of these gloves? It smells really funny. He's saying, no, take a good breath. Take a really sniff. Sniff the palm of this glove. It's really, really, because he's different, because he's got the plastic butt end, so it smells different to other ones. He was just educating him. He was just enhancing his hockey education there, saying, listen, my glove smells different to your glove. That's the difference of having a plastic butt end.
Still not looked at those, actually.
Very interesting.
Yeah, the Ling specials.
Looks like something you'd find in a set called Cluedo, used in the library.
Gilipin muscled off it. Bileski tries to fire it across toward Cowley. This line seeing a lot of ice time at the moment. Blatant interference call behind the play on Beckett, but nothing given. Clark down the near side. Throws it through towards Hirsch. It will come for Stewart in the corner. Now Beckett at the line. Shoots, flashes wide. Gilipin will battle and try to get there. The Blaze player with him. Lee puts him on the floor. Scrappy on that side. Panthers might get a 2-on-1 out of it though. Here's Stewart looking for the pass. Shoots it instead. Gets it back. Hirsch does enough and holds on. And now Beckett is entwined with 3 Coventry players behind the net. Everybody piling in now. Beckett was just battling for the puck. Blaze players took exception. And now it'll calm down.
Also was just doing play acting there, trying to get the referee to make the call against Nottingham. The referee for once hasn't fallen for it. Helped by the crowd's reaction. I don't think we're going to see any more fisticuffs in this one. It's a 1-goal game now. $12:04 to go. Sponsored by Hedgehog Beer in the Rapid Solicitors Elite League and the Challenge Cup. If Panthers win this one and get 2 points out of it, we can't play Braehead in the quarterfinals of the Cup. And I'm pleased about that, because Braehead have to play on the 29th of January, and we have to play on the 30th. And I don't know if you've looked at the schedule, but that's a heck of a 6 games in 8 nights. It's Sheffield and Coventry away, Braehead home. And the weekend before that is something like Cardiff and Sheffield. Day off, up to Braehead, come back, play Braehead, 2 days off. Road trips in Coventry and Sheffield or Cardiff and Sheffield. Honest, it's horrendous. I want to avoid that. Oh, snapshot from Bruce Graham. Could have just pulled a bit of magic.
Here's Graham again. Drops it behind the net. Gallagher going to the front of the net. Just forced to the ground as he tries to get the shot away. And now the Blaze will try to break with some speed. Guthrie. Drops for Cameron to shoot it. Werner throws it down the ice.
It's not icing.
Not an icing call as Galavan lurks, finishes his check. Blaze scampering to not have too many men means that they go offside. They are now able to play the puck.
A lot of guys are losing edges and falling over tonight. We've had Werner and what have you. And do you know what it'll be? That confetti. Guys will be skating with that confetti, which will roll up into a little ball, and then it just takes the edge off the steel blade.
Here's Francis, goes to the backhand, shoots, saved by Hirsch. Drops into the corner. All started by a nice backhand pass from Ling. Francis.
That wouldn't be interference at all, ref, there.
Benedict comes out with the puck to Ling in the corner.
That wasn't a punch.
Blocked off by Olsen.
That wasn't roughing, that wasn't a punch. But guys are falling over, and I'm telling you, that'll be wet confetti that we can't see catching their skates. That's another memo to the arena.
Francis drops it in. Stewart will ride the challenge and get there. Clark held on the ball. It's Blaze bring it away. Domish gets it across to Cowley. Left-hand side, throws it towards the net. Stabbed right across the crease.
There's nothing you can do about that confetti, because it's a multi-purpose arena. I'm just saying, I'm sure that's going to be the problem. Foxy doing well.
Fox at the line. Goes for that toe drag. In on Hirsch. Shot save and went for another one mid-air as well. Panthers keeping it at the line. Gielepin with time to measure the shot. Going to drop loose in front. No one knows where it is. Slides wide. Well, a goal there would have been vital. We're inside the final 10. Here's Bileski. His shot is deflected by Werner. Helped out the zone. Fox to chase this one down. Tied at the end of his shift. Just wants to hold it up and wait for support. Gets it in Lakovic. Here is Lakovic. He wants help as well. Throws it in front. Loose in the blue paint for a moment. Galavan can't get a stick on it.
No, he had to kick it out from the danger area in front. Couldn't get anything on it. Had to take it behind. Now Blaze have got it down the other end.
A tense few moments, that's for sure. Blaze have it with some time. Nice play from Weaver. Blocks it and keeps it in the corner. Then Matthew Mize is able to do the same with a skate. And then helped out of the zone. And here's Galavan. Matthew Mize trying to get up with him. Galavan has one tonight. Shoots deflected high and into the netting and out for the whistle.
I think it was Cameron who back-checked all the way hard with Matthew Myers there to take away the pass option, so Galavan had to take the shot.
Blaze clear it out. We come to Gielepin, throws it back down the centre of the ice. Picked off eventually by Ling. Forward to Benedict. Backhand for Graham to chase onto. Can't quite reach it. Arm up from referee Darnell. And the penalty's going to come against the Blaze.
Interference. Could have been elbows. Go on, tell him what you think of him, kid. Go on, I agree with you. You tell that ref what you think of him. Keep telling him. Bang on the glass with your stick and tell him. That's usually good for 10 minutes. You can think of stronger language than that, Judish. Disappointed in the lad. Disappointed in his lack of use of the hockey language. All right, power play opportunity. How big is this? 2 minutes.
2-goal Matthew Meyer to take the draw. Blaze win it, pops into the corner. Domish is held up, Link comes across. Interference is the call. Shot from Weaver, moves in front. Hirsch does enough. Matthew Meyer's falling to the ice just so well. Clark spinning, doesn't get the pass away, does enough though. That one
deliberately left by Matthew.
Yeah.
That's the phrase you were looking for.
Absolutely. Here's Werner at the blue line, keeps it in. Ling at the point. Throws it along, nice tip. Still loose in front. Clark tries to spin and get the backhand away. Domish will pick it up in front of his own bench, help it down the ice. The Blaze will get the change. Nottingham will do the same.
You're a poet and you don't know it. Although it's only the way you pronounce change and sane.
Here's Fox, skating it for Nottingham.
Fans trying to get the team going.
Lakovic on the left-hand side. Rolls it back for Fox. Shoots it straight into the pads.
That'll do. Anything can happen on a shot on target, and you get a face-off if the goalie hangs on right next to his office door. There'll be less than 7 minutes to go when the penalty's over. Or a little bit longer if it's a 2-goal spread.
Bit of an awkward one for the defence to handle. Kowalski does enough.
Coventry bench asking for a penalty.
Panthers able to set it up in the Coventry end. Here is Fox. It's it across to Graham, snaps it
such a
across
clever
the
pass.
crease.
Clever pass.
No one connects. Galavan. Down low for Francis. Up to Fox at the line. Fox with the shot, tip just wide. Lakovic with the tip.
Made it look like the big wind-up slap shot and then was a bit of a softer one.
Graham leaves it at the boards to Fox. Over to Francis, shoots it. Backhand flashes off the side of the net. Galavan still has it to Graham.
Last 10 seconds.
Backhand to Galavan again. Across to Francis, can't get the shot away. Blocked second time. And now the puck when it comes to Fox. The Blaze get their man back. Here's Graham, lets the shot go. Tipped into the corner by Hirsch.
Tired legs out there on the power play. They've all gone for a change and Francis has got to send it in low for Stewie.
Stewart behind the net, eats up the seconds. Tries to spin and get the shot away, does. Clark is onto it for Nottingham. Clark shoots at the line, blocked by the legs. Matthew Myers picks it up, skating behind Hirsch in his own blue paint. Here's Beckett getting down low. Works it around to Clark. Thrown towards Stewart at the net, blocked by Hirsch. Slashes from Olsen on Beckett, not even trying to disguise it. Here's Stewart this time.
That's not holding, ref, that, where he puts his arms right round him and clubs it at the other side. Had to give an interference against Beckett there, but not after the 2 calls he just let go.
Not the best pass out from Nottingham. We were back defending now. It's Guthrie, gets it up to the defenseman for the shot. Domish then comes away with it at the blue line.
5.5 minutes to go.
Puck bounces off the toe of Anthony Stewart, and he'll go for the change rather than chase it. Almost picked up by Benedict. Out towards Lee. Graham has it to Ling, pops it forward and will chase it himself. Hirsch might have to play this, doesn't want to, and doesn't. Domish got there before him. Panthers rotating the bodies behind the play.
Offside.
Yeah, mile offside, Lee. And that will help Nottingham. 5 10 to go.
Johnny Liptrop's not a bad linesman. I'm glad he was on this side on that play, because he called it right. 650 quid just before Christmas on the 50-50 in association with Temple Printing. You haven't got that lottery ticket, have you? Someone's going to wake up tomorrow and find a ticket out of date for the £63.8 million.
Break your arm, wouldn't it?
I'd be tempted to have a trip to Beachy Head, just to see if I'd left it there. Come on, Nottingham, less than 5 miles to go.
Worked around the boards by the Panthers to Ling. Drops it into the path of Francis, who's got speed down the centre. Controlled in the skates by Graham. Graham holds it up, tries to feather it through to Francis. Picked off. Now the Blaze will move it out.
Mike Blaisdell would be screaming, bear down on it. None of this feathering stuff. I mean, you couldn't feather passes in his day. The sticks they had were pretty much made of scaffolding.
Shot from distance over to the corner. It's Brad Lee, who, as Gary was saying, lost an edge there and looks around.
He lost an edge.
Baffled.
Yeah, absolutely baffled. He lost an edge. I don't think it was on camera, was it? Because he lost an edge with David Ling having a very close look at him at the time.
And now there's a bit of an exchange with the bench as well. Which the Panthers boys are enjoying.
Bradley threatening things and his brother's giving him a hug. Brotherly love. Might not even be his brother, that might be Bolesky. It's Bolesky saying leave it, leave it, leave it. Now Bolesky's
and then Bolesky runs into Kowalski and Beckett's going to push and shove for that.
He doesn't want to know Beckett. This is good. This just gets the adrenaline going. This gets everybody fired up. Let them know it's our barn. This is our barn, not the Coventry Sky Dome where the fans can scream and get whatever calls you want, where the bench can scream and get every offside given against you. Good job, Jason Beckett, protecting his keeper.
And the face-off outside the zone as well, which is important for Nottingham. Pucks in the feet of Pat Gallivan, who does really well to dig it out, gets it back to Beckett. And then Jonathan Weaver, so much experience. The pass wasn't the greatest, but Nottingham have done enough to keep possession for the moment.
I'm not so sure it wasn't a case of a bad pass. I think it was great read by the Coventry guy. Oh, good steal.
Might come loose foot. Lakovic shoots off the side of the net. Great athleticism from Lakovic to almost get the shot away, and then the puck's fired into
Katie
the Coventry
Chadburn,
bench.
2 for flinching. Team photographer, 2 for flinching, Katie Chadburn. That flew into the Dave Page photographer's base sign.
Face-off comes back down.
Sorry,
to the Coventry
I thought I was in the crowd then. I joined
Why
in.
not?
Clap,
Get
clap,
in the
clap.
moment.
Oh,
Get in the moment. Enjoy yourself, Gary.
I wish it could be Christmas every day. I turned it into a bit of a ballad there. Because I can't sing a tune to save my life.
Fox has taken a stick or a hand to the face. Puck is worked loose. Down towards the Coventry end inside the final 4 minutes.
Well read by Foxy.
Fox will get to it first.
No, he didn't. He overskated it.
Nottingham come up with the puck once more. The pin over to Clark. Knocks it into the boards. Both teams go for a line change. Shot
3 minutes
is
to go.
wide on the near side. Two players tangle behind the plate. Nottingham have possession the other way. Francis shoots. Will come loose on the far side. Delayed call coming against the Blaze. Kowalski goes to the bench. Penalty at just the right time. Nottingham need to hang on to this for as long as they can. Work the clock down. Benedict to Lee. Behind the net, not the best. Benedict will get to it first though. Urgency needed from a Blaze point of view. Eventually they will get to the puck. And now there's pushing and shoving between, looks like
Bolesky fancies
again,
little Brandon Benedict. Didn't want to know Beckett. Sorry, Gordon, I didn't mean to speak over you, but
absolutely.
I don't like guys who pick and choose their spots. They're not tough guys in my book. I like little guys who don't care how big the opposition is.
There's going to be a penalty against the Blaze. The door's open. We'll wait to see.
57-31 gone. Panthers with a late power play. Tell him what you think. Don't take it. Well, no one's gone in the box. Right now, that's another penalty. He's only got 10 minutes. It's not a power play. Now, he shouldn't be in the box now. He should go to the locker room because he can't take any further part in it. It's a private, personal penalty. So with 2.5 minutes to go in the period and 5 minutes maximum of overtime, he should now be in the locker room.
And we're going to have a timeout as well, by the looks of it. Or Nottingham just sorting the bench out. No. Sorting out bodies.
You're seeing things. You're seeing the ghosts of Capital FM Arena.
It's not been here long enough for ghosts, has it?
We had ghosts in the old one. Well, actually, they were just very big cockroaches. There's another one of those leaves coming down.
A bit more confetti coming down. Well, Blackovich does well in the corner to hold things up. Blaze will get it away now, though. There's another one coming down as well, confetti. Kowalski will deal with this one in the corner. Although he's out of position behind the net. I think he was absolutely ran over by Guthrie. That's why Guy Lepin's not happy at all. Kowalski lost his stick. I seem to remember having...
We're going to get the only call there.
I seem to remember having issues a couple of years ago with Coventry players running Craig Kowalski.
So now they get a power play with 2 minutes to go.
It's a blatant lack of understanding of the game.
The linesman can't do that either. He can't grab Guy Lepin by the shirt and hammer him into the box like that.
Unbelievable lack of understanding of the game from officials. Incredible.
Carry on, keep going.
Absolutely incredible.
Don't take my silence as disagreement.
See, I was talking to Steve in the intermission, and we were saying at 3-0, it's Nottingham's game. And as you said on the commentary, you know, you call a penalty, soft penalty, and effectively you turn it into a one-goal game.
Calls the scoreboard, always does. He's calling the scoreboard right now.
Abysmal.
Goalkeepers are sacrosanct in the league these days. In every league, no one touches the goalie in the leagues anywhere in the world. You have to make every conceivable effort, that's the way it's worded, to avoid the goalkeeper. That's why the guy from Cardiff 2 weeks ago had no gripe. And when his owner put in the complaint against Kowalski, ridiculous. Made yourself and your team look stupid by just putting it in. But the referees have to get on top of the situation. Teams in a one-goal game cannot touch the opposition goalie.
Puck is loose, Panthers able to clear.
They're going to pull their goalie at some point on this power play if it doesn't convert.
Sounds awfully familiar. Inside the final 2 minutes of the game. Panthers on the penalty kill. Blaze have scored on the power play tonight.
If they do pull the keeper, they'll be going 6-on-4, of course.
Benedict able to clear away. Hirsch staying put for the moment. Panthers change again whenever opportunity comes.
100 seconds to go.
Panthers again keep Hirsch penned in that net.
Oh, good steal.
Bileski pushes Benedict to the ice, and this time there is going to be a call.
Good job by Benny.
And that's the soft one. And now there's a push from Bileski, and now Francis goes in, and then he's shot by Guthrie.
Cheap shot. Cheap shot.
And now Beckett's in as well, and he'll throw a couple. And he'll get the gloves off as well. And there's a fight behind the linesman's back as well with Matt Francis by looks of it.
Oh, well, that's tough, whoever that is.
It's Guthrie going with Francis. Francis is pulling him down, and Francis ends up on top.
Oh, it's embarrassing when you get beat by Franny. Way to go, Matt Francis.
Panthers home runners have got sponsors for Solutions for Accounting. And temporary home to Panthers number 17, Matt Francis.
And interesting to see Jonathan Weaver there as well, just essentially telling Jason Beckett to shut up and sit down.
Well, Beckett might have kept us on the penalty kill here, because I don't trust these three officials
no, absolutely
to have
not.
spotted Bileski's cheap shot punch.
Absolutely not. Wait and see what's announced.
83 seconds to go. Sponsored by Hedgehog Beer.
Coming up next here on Sunday is the whole
Fans giving it to the guys in the Coventry box. They haven't learned their lesson about interaction with the home fans, have they?
Also a game shirt auction coming up after the Belfast game on December the 16th. Maybe you'll get a chance to snag Matt Francis's number 17 shirt, but only if you're there for that game-worn shirt auction after the Belfast game, December the 16th.
I've got no confidence. Owen, I've got no confidence whatsoever. When the Cardiff player backed into our keeper a couple of weeks ago, Andy Carson got it exactly right with 2+2s for roughing. Exactly right. I've said in my programme notes in the latest edition of the Match Night magazine, it's the best call of the year. It was exactly right.
Absolutely.
The guy was trying to make something happen. He had a bit of an opportunity to make it look like he couldn't stop. It was accidentally on purpose. It was on purpose. He got shoved and mauled around by K-Wall. Ref called it exactly right. That was a cheap punch from the NHLer, and that sparked the reactions. And at the moment on the clock, if the clock's right, they just lost the power play, the Coventry Blaze, so it was dumb. And Jason Beckett's got away with it, to be honest, because he was sticking up for his teammates, quite right too, but in a tight game like that, Matt Francis was looking after himself, he was fine. The cheap shot from Bileski needs retribution, but maybe we'll get to play them again or whatever. Or maybe he'll go on for Christmas and we'll never see him again. At the moment, the board's right, but Paul Thompson's arguing it, telling his players what to do, although he's now got the chalkboard out. Has he taken a timeout? We'll give him a penalty for delay of the game, ref. Five for fighting against Guthrie. Bileski got the 2+2.
Hirsch goes to the bench with 5 on 4. Shot from the line. Big kick save by Kowalski. Panthers able to feather it out.
Here we go.
As far as Clark. Clark with back to time. Shoots, pings it off the iron.
David Clark rings the bell with 51 seconds to go.
You'd back David Clark every time. Gallivan's going to get to the bench, so is Clark.
We're not playing offside now.
Blaze trying to work it free. Shot from bodies loose in front. Kowalski not sure. Got it now. Killer snipes it and then gives his man a bit of a stab as well.
28.1 seconds to go. Sponsored by Hedgehog Beer. Panthers leading by 1 goal in a game that counts for both league and cup points. Vital. Panthers go joint top on points if they can protect this 1 goal lead. It's 4 on 4. And after everything you said about the officials, they called it exactly right, Owen. I hope you're going to put your hands in the air and eat some humble pie, and I'll get you some cream to go with it.
No.
No, and they've still got 28 seconds and a 10th to make another bad decision, yeah.
Back to the point. Shot deflected and we'll dribble down to these near boards. Anthony Stewart is there. Puck bounced off at the referee's feet by looks of things. Matthew Myers will chase up to the point. Steve Lee keeps the puck in the corner. Gila Penny's back out. Panthers effectively on the power play.
Shoot it, Stewie. Shoot it, Stewie.
Stewart flips it long.
Lobbed it. It's not going to hit the target.
Gielepin's going to get there first, and that's going to do it. Panthers effectively pick up 4 points on the night.
From
Great
a game that was
hockey.
in the bag to a game that was in the balance, it has turned out into a game of character, good character, looked after each other, got over the finishing line, and after 3 periods of very entertaining ice hockey, the GMB Panthers came out on top on the game by 4 goals to 3. The match was sponsored by Hedgehog, and more importantly, were joint top on points with Belfast Giants at the top of the Rapid Solicitors Elite League standings. And from my perspective, looking at the fixtures, we avoid Brayhead in the quarterfinals of the Cup, because that was going to be a nightmare fixture. Folks, thanks for watching. Owen Bradley on play-by-play. Steve Wilkinson on the camera lens. Gary Moran saying bye for now. Steve will keep it running while we see who gets the nods for man of the match from our sponsors, Hedgehog Beer. But for now, it's bye for now.
Again. Surprise, Thompson's gone as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the rest of the coach players who have already left the ice. And to all supporters, thank you for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, the country players.
And tonight's man of the match for the GMB Panthers, number 8, Matthew Myers.
Nottingham Mortgage Services. Here to help you with your first home, second home and your forever home.
So what's your favourite room in the house, Oliver?
The playroom.
Why is it the playroom?
Because I get to play computer games.
And what do you think Mummy's favourite room in the house is?
The kitchen.
Why is that?
Because you get to cook all the food.
No, I think Mummy's favourite room in the house is the living room, because we have nice big windows and the light comes in the afternoon.
To find out more, visit thenottingham.com/mortgages.